Hi everybody, my name's Doug from Dragon's Den Books. I want to talk about a few things today. What am I reading? What's happening at the store? What's happening with life? And what's happening with the channel? I actually have a script today, so I don't try not to ramble as much as I did in a previous video. So what am I reading? I actually have props this time. I'm reading book one from the Fitz and the Fool trilogy. It is the fifth trilogy or quadrilogy in the realm of the Elderlings. It is about 21% through this book, which means I really only have about 2 3/4 books left in the realm of the Elderlings, and I'm pretty sad that it's almost over. I'm really enjoying this. Although there was a good ending previous books before she walked away and did some Soldier Son trilogy, and then she came back to Realm of the Elderlings, and then picked it up with Rainwell Chronicles, and then this Fitz and the Fool trilogy. It would have been a great ending, leaving it with the end of what would be at the end of Tawny Man trilogy, but I'm glad she picked it back up because I'm really enjoying it. The second book that I've been reading for freaking ever is Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. I'm about 55% of the way through this massive tome, and although I ripped through Oathbringer and Way of Kings, in the second book, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. We'll edit that out. But it's just slow to me. I love Brandon Sanderson. I love his writing, but Rhythm of War has kind of been a slog for me for a multitude of different reasons that I won't get into. Maybe I'll do a review when I'm finally done with it and kind of recap what I liked, what I didn't like. I am determined to get through this book before Stormlight 5 comes out. But at the same time, I think I might just be holding on and taking my time with this book, because I know that once Stormlight 5 comes out, there's only going to be, or there will be 10 plus years without a Stormlight book for Era 2. Brandon Sanderson said that he was going to dig back into Elantris 2 and 3, do another Mistborn, I think, era of the trilogy before he goes back to Stormlight. So it's going to be a while before we get another Stormlight after book 5. The third book that I'm reading, which I don't have a copy here in the store, I'm reading an advanced reader copy of a book called Sacrificial Animals by Kaylee Peterson. I think it's her first novel. I got sent an advanced reader copy by the publisher, and I'm making my way through that, and so far it's fantastic. The last book, you know what? I skipped one. I'm also reading Cibola Byrne, book 4 of The Expanse. I'm loving The Expanse by James S.A. Corey. It's a duo of 2 authors. Haven't watched the series, but my son has been watching it and says it's pretty true to the books. I'm loving this. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I love The Expanse. They're fantastic books. And then rounding out the last book that I'm reading is The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. I got an advanced reader copy. I got an advanced reader copy of Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda probably in January, February, and I'd never read any of her books before. And she was really good. I'm not really enjoying myself so far in this book, but I'm only 20% of the way through. I'm reading an audiobook, using the audiobook when I'm driving to work, so jury's still out. I'll let you know how it turns out. And then on to the next section, what's happening at the store. So we have had quite a bit of, quite a few issues with our integration out selling our used books to Amazon. So when we turned that feature on about 4 months ago, we really were unsure how it all worked, how the export to Amazon would work. There were some issues with the condition mapping of books. So you've got used, you've got used acceptable, you've got used good, used very good, used like new, which all of the books that we have listed online are not in like new condition. But when we did that export initially, every book in our entire inventory went out to Amazon as like new, which turned out to be very problematic. What happens is, you get a book. I'll just grab one off the shelf here. You got Perry Rodon, Fortress of Atlantis. It is an ace science fiction book. It is, there's some moderate cracking of the spine, a little bit of issue here on the bottom of the spine. On the cover, on the corner here, it's a little dinged up. But when this went out to Amazon initially, it went out as like new. And we didn't even realize that was going to be an issue. It's one of those an unknown. So we started getting people returning the books. We started getting people leaving bad feedback on Amazon that, I ordered this book and I wanted it in like new condition, and I received this and it was in bad condition, blah, blah, blah. So in those cases, we started reaching out to people if they order one of those books and say, it's really not in like new condition. Here are some pictures of it. Do you still want it? Do you want me to cancel your order? It just became very, very problematic. And so we started a huge project at the shop to take these books off the shelf, and if they were not in like new condition, pull them out, create a new SKU, put them back in so that Amazon would see them as a used acceptable or a used good, and that has really fixed things. Okay. However, at the same time we did that export, we did an initial pricing push that the only way I can describe it as being the least competitive pricing model that we could have chose at that time. So there are some things in the system that we use that you can reprice your things out on Amazon, and we have done that with the help of level 2 support, and we have aligned our pricing to be more in line with what's on Amazon. So two separate issues on Amazon, one that we're working through, the condition of the books as the integration with Amazon, and then also the pricing. And so over the last week or so, our Amazon orders have really spiked. So I'm super happy with that, super stoked. We moved some sections around, so we did have New Age and Spiritual very close on the same shelf, but they were being blended together, and we just were running out of room. So we moved True Crime over to its own section, and then we split out New Age and from Spiritual. In addition to that, we added probably another 50 to 75 records to our inventory. So I've cleaned those records, I put them in sleeves, I priced them out over at Discogs, and they're all out on the shelf. So I've got probably the largest selection of vinyl records that we've had at the shop since we've opened now. So that's pretty much for the store. So what's happening with life? If you don't know, our bookstore is located in Arcadia, Florida. We are in Southwest Florida, very common path for hurricanes. And about 2 years ago, Hurricane Ian came through and it just really decimated the town. The local historic downtown got really beat up, and we are just now finally getting contractors to come in, and they were here at the house Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they didn't leave last night until almost 10 p.m. But when they did leave, They left our kitchen absolutely beautiful again. So we live in an older home. It's a wooden home, so the walls are not plaster or I can't think of the name of the other wall covering that people use. I'll edit this part out too. So they're wood. And what had happened is the water had come in, it went down the walls, it got behind the paint started bubbling out, and the ceiling, as well as also a slat wood ceiling, it just really decimated that room, along with a lot of the rest of the house. But we found a good contractor. They came in, they sanded everything down, they scraped everything down, they filled any issues in the wood. They primed, they sanded, they painted, they trimmed, and it looks freaking gorgeous. So I'm super stoked. What else is happening in life? I'm headed to a trade show next weekend, so I will probably not make a video next weekend. Maybe try to make one during the week. And then what's happening with the channel? I can put my notes away because I'm done with them. A lot is happening with the channel, and most of it's behind the scenes. And it's all learning. I did not realize how involved making YouTube videos can be. From lighting to setting your frame to microphones to camera, video descriptions, tags. It is almost as complex, your thumbnail video, your video description. It is almost as difficult as search engine optimization is for developing websites. But I'm here for it, and I'm excited to keep making these, and I hope you're excited to watch them. Sorry for the rambling, but until next time, be the hero of your story. Have a great day.